Welcome to day 4. So today again we're going to be working the back of the body, but this time we're going to be working the lower half, so glutes, legs, lower back. So it's really nice to do after yesterday's workout. So yeah, let's do our warm-up. We'll do our roll downs because they're really great. Maybe I'll show you this way so you can see what I'm doing. So feet hip width apart. Soften the knees, relax arms and shoulders, tailbone stretches down. You're breathing in. You're going to breathe out chin to chest, rolling down one vertebra at a time. If you can, let the arms hang. Breathing in, body weight forwards. And then you're going to breathe out, scoop the belly in, stacking the vertebra one by one back on top of each other. Good, let's do that again. Good, getting that really nice stretch in the back of the legs and the glutes. Rolling back up. And again, breathing out, rolling down. Breathing in at the bottom. And up. And remember, you're going as low as feels good for you. Let's do one more. And we're holding this one down. Actually, I'm going to turn this way. And we're just going to pedal the feet. So keeping one leg, one heel down, bending the other leg. Just getting that really nice stretch all the way up the back of the leg. And you may feel this going into the lower back. It's a really nice stretch. Good, and then both feet down, rolling back up. Good, okay, let's come down onto the mat. So we are going to do our Superman. So shoulders back, back is flat, tummy is in, hands on the shoulders, knees under the hips. You are breathing out, extending opposite arm and leg, and down. Other side. And if you want an easier option with this, focus just on the legs. So you're really stretching the leg back, squeezing the glutes. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in back. Pull in the tummy muscles. And one more each side. Good, and push back into shell stretch and relax. Good, let's come on to our front. So we are going to place the hands on top of each other and we're going to place the forehead down. So we're relaxing the upper body. Our legs we're having about hip width apart. You want to think about your hip bones. You're letting them melt down into the mat. Your tailbone is lengthening back. Your glutes are engaged. You're thinking about lengthening the legs back. So you're stretching them back. Imagine you're trying to touch the wall behind you. You're breathing in. As you breathe out, you're going to lift one leg. Breathe in down. Lift the other. When we lift that leg, our hips stay level. So you're not lifting that hip off the mat. You're not tilting the hips side to side. Your pelvis is stabilized as you do this. So thinking about your hip bones melting down into the mat, thinking about the tailbone stretching back, squeezing the glutes and stretching the legs back, all of that will stabilize the pelvis and the lower spine. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, down. And if you feel like your pelvis is tilting or your back is arching or your hips lifting off the mat, then don't lift the leg as high. Go a little bit less. The height will come with more practice. Also make sure the legs stay straight. We don't want to be bending the leg. So really lengthen it back as you lift. Feel those hamstrings working. We're going to do one more each side. Good, give those hips a little shake. Okay, so we are going to do our double leg lift. If this feels too hard, I want you to go back to single legs. Really important. I don't want you to be putting too much pressure on the lower back. So, again, hands on top of each other, forehead on hands. You're sending those hips down into the mat. You're sending the tailbone back. You're squeezing the glutes. Your core is engaged. You're breathing out, lifting both legs, keeping them straight. Breathe in, down. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, down. And we want to relax the upper body as much as possible. If it's too much or you find your upper body is lifting as well, go back to single legs. And really feel the bum working. Squeeze the glutes as you lift. And let's do one more. Good. Let's have a stretch back into shell stretch. Good, and then we're going to come back down. So we're going to add some side extensions. We're going to start with single legs. So again, hands on top of each other, forehead down. Legs are again are hip width apart. Hips are grounding into the mat. You're sending your tailbone back. Your glutes are engaged. So you're breathing in. You're going to breathe out, lift the right leg, take it out to like the corner of your mat, maybe like 30 centimeters, back and down. Lift. Other side, back and down. What I want you to be aware of is what's happening with the hips and the tailbone. If you take it out and your tailbone comes with you, then you've gone too far. We want to think about pelvis, spine, hips, everything is stabilized. That leg is moving independently of everything else. So how far you go will depend on your body. Yeah, that's it. Breathe out, lift to the side. Breathe in back and out. And you might find each side feels different. Maybe one side it feels a lot easier to go out. You feel much more stable. And then the other side you really need to concentrate because you feel much more wobblier. Much more wobbly? Yeah, I think that's correct. It feels wobbly. Let's do one more each side. Good. Give those hips a shake. We're going to try both legs. As always, if it feels too much, stick to single legs. That's the easier option. Especially if you start feeling this in the lower back, go back to single legs. So, forehead down. You're sending both legs back, squeezing the glutes, hips down. You're breathing in. You're going to breathe out, lift both legs. They both go out, both come back in and down. Engage the core muscles so you're not putting pressure on the lower back. Breathe out, lift, open, breathe in, close, and down. And when you close, your legs might not touch each other. That's fine. Just bring them back to the start point, and that's fine. And let's do one more. Good. Relax. Have a push back into shell stretch. Good. All right, we're going to do some flutter kicks. I'm going to show you flutter kicks. I'm going to show you easier option. So hands on top of each other, forehead down. Your legs are closer than hip width apart, say. So you're engaging the core, squeezing the glutes. You're going to lift both legs. You're going to flutter kick like you're swimming. If that feels too much, what I want you to do is lift one leg, do 5 pulses, down, do 5 pulses on the other side. And then just keep alternating. Both options, you're squeezing the glutes, you're sending your tailbone back, you're sending the legs back, and you're breathing. Let's go for it. Lifting the legs and flutter kick. Really stretch those legs back. Nice strong legs. They're staying nice and straight. But you can have a break anytime you need to. I'll do a few more breaths. And relax. Good. Hopefully you felt those hamstrings kicking in as well. Have a stretch back into shell stretch. Good. Okay. We are going to do our shoulder bridge. So we're coming all the way down. Feet are hip width apart. Head is down and chin is tucked in. Arms are by your side. Make sure the chest is open, shoulders are back and down. So feet, knees, hips are in line. So you're breathing in. As you breathe out, you're tilting the pelvis back, so lower back imprints, it flattens against the mat. You're squeezing in tummy muscles, you're squeezing the glutes. You are peeling the spine off the mat. Send your tailbone towards the knees. At the top, knees, hips and shoulders are in line. Breathe in, hold, and then breathe out, coming down one vertebra at a time. Make sure lower back comes down first, and then you go into your neutral spine. So tilting back, peeling up. Breathe in, hold, and then breathe out, down. Good. And really make sure you're getting that movement in the pelvis. A really common mistake is people just lift straight up. I want you to feel each vertebra on the mat. And the same when you're coming down, you are tucked under. So your lower back can hit the mat first before you go into neutral. Because when you're in neutral, your lower back isn't touching the mat. We want to make sure the knees stay in line with the hips. So notice if your knees are turning out or if your feet are bending out or turning out to the side. Notice any bits of the spine where it feels really stiff and maybe you feel like 2 or 3 vertebrae are lifting together, and just go slowly over those bits. You're not going to change it today, but the more we focus on it and slow it down, the more we do this, the more we're going to add that flexibility and hopefully loosen them up. Unless they're like fused together, in which case obviously we won't be able to. Squeeze those glutes, feel the bum working as you do this. And if you feel like while you're doing this, you're moving backwards, I want you to stretch your knees away from you. Stretch your tailbone towards the knees, and that will stop you moving backwards. Okay, let's add some pulses. Lifting up, squeezing the glutes Holding it up, we're going to squeeze and pulse the hips to the ceiling. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're making sure both bum cheeks are squeezing evenly. So don't let the dominant side do all the work. We want to make sure they're working evenly so we can bring balance to the body. Three, two, one, and then coming down. Ooh, bring those knees in, have a little stretch. Good, let's give the glutes a stretch. So we're just going to bring one foot on top of the other thigh, bring it in for our figure of four stretch, and relax. Let's swap sides. And what's nice about when we working the glutes, especially on our front or just like that with our shoulder bridge, it just opens up our hip flexor, so the front of the hip, which can also get quite tight from sitting too much. Basically, too much sitting is not good for us. Let's rock up or come up on our side. We are going to do our saw. Give the back of the legs a stretch. So the legs are wide, feet are flexed. If you can't get the legs straight and the spine straight, sit on a pillow to lift you up or a block, or you can bend the legs slightly. Arms out, shoulders back, tummy in, breathing in. As you breathe out, turn, bring your little finger to the little toe and up. If you can't reach, go as far forwards as you can. Other hand stretches backwards. So this is a nice stretch for the back of the legs, but you may also feel it going into the glutes and into the back. So it's really nice for the whole of the back of the body. One more each side. Good. Bring the legs together, sitting up nice and tall, breathing in and out. And again. And out. One more. And out. And well done. Good. So working the back of the body, but this time the lower half of the body. So a lot of glutes. It's a lot of glute work, hamstrings, back is also, lower back is working, and it's just a really nice way to open up the front of the body. So yeah, let me know how you go on with that. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.